Well, it is one of the largest entrepreneur conferences across the country, and it has its own Midwest chapter. Coming up, if you have a great idea, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there's one place for you to be next week. We'll have a look at that big conference coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. It is one of the largest conferences of its kind. It is all about entrepreneurship and celebrating entrepreneurship in the state of Michigan and throughout the Midwest. And that conference is coming up next week. It's called TiECon Midwest. John Reminelli with Detroit Aircraft Corp. and Tal Ganesan with Ti Midwest are here now to talk a little bit about this big conference that's in town. You know, we talk about entrepreneurship all the time, and Detroit is such a hub for that because of what we make here. You know, we make things in Detroit. Entrepreneurship is key. Talk about the conference, TiECon Midwest, coming up next week.
Yeah, so it's all about bringing back the city, right, Roop? You know, we were in the ashes, a few years ago. Now we are talking about autonomous vehicle, connected cars, and we are talking about cutting-edge technologies. And that's what the conference is focused on, how to bring those cutting-edge technologies and how do we keep moving Michigan forward. And that's really what this conference is all about.
And the conference, by the way, is coming up on Thursday and Friday of next week on the 27th and 28th. And it's going to be packed with people and great ideas. Some awesome speakers, too. John is one of those speakers with Detroit Aircraft Corp. Talk a little bit about your company and how you decided to start that and why entrepreneurship is obviously the underlying factor in all of this.
Well, that's a great question because a lot of people ask, how do you get into the aerospace business? How did you do this? And the reality is, I've been a manufacturer of automotive components for about 18 years here in the city of Detroit. Got into aviation, bought an aircraft, kind of felt like, man, this is too good to be true. Everybody should be able to do this. And, Detroit has an incredible history in innovation and mobility. And what many people don't know is Detroit Aircraft back in the 20s was the largest aerospace company in the world.
And now you guys actually have advanced. You're doing drone technology, right? Talk a little bit about that.
So for the last 3 years, we've been doing small unmanned systems for agriculture, public safety, infrastructure inspection. And literally what we see this as they're platforms to collect data. So there are really three primary use cases for drones in our view. So data collection, cargo mobility, and ultimately passenger mobility.
John Reminelli is going to be one of the speakers who's going to talk about how he got an idea in his head and then on paper and then in the air, literally, how he made that happen. Other speakers are going to be there as well, some pretty impressive lists.
Governor Snyder, Henry Ford CEO Nancy Slitting, our 5-Hour Energy founder Manoj Bhargava, and many other speakers. So it's somebody from Google, Tesla. So we have a powerful line of speakers, so impressive. It's even hard for me to even repeat the same performance next year.
Sure, and every year you have to one-up the performance. Hundreds of people, thousands of people actually from across the country are part of the Ti organization, but TiECon Midwest is happening right here in Detroit. Talk about where it's happening, the Henry, right?
At the Henry, the old Ritz-Carlton.
And so people want tickets, how do they get them?
They go to the website www.tieconmidwest.org.
TiECon.midwest.org. All right, very good. It is coming up next week on the 27th and 28th. John Reminelli, Tal Ganesan, good to see both of you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, we'll see you guys around. Sherry, good stuff happening in Detroit.
Great to hear it. Thank you.